STEM students, we're going to be learning about percent yield.
You didn't know you had Adam's working here?
One of the best holiday movies we ever watch here.
Oh, yeah.
You're hilarious, my friend. He's a smart son. Get back to the story, please. So, on the cover above the title, does Santa know that you...
Ow! I think I broke my tooth on an unpopped kernel.
Did you ever borrow a reindeer to get down here? Like,
I wonder how many of them don't pop.
I get more action in a week than you...
I think we could figure it out.
I've got houses in L.A., Paris...
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Is she okay? You were worried. She was worried. For Robert's apartment. Isn't it great? It's got its
Alright, let's find out what percentage of popcorn pop. Let's just say that we had a total of 327 kernels. And out of that 327 kernels, only 300 popped. So what we want to do to figure out our percent that popped is you're going to take the 300 over your total, 327, and then multiply that by 100, and you should get your percentage. So 92% of our popcorn actually popped. Alright, so let's tie this into what we call percent yield. Percent yield is your actual yield divided by your theoretical yield. Now your actual yield is what you get in a lab situation. So when you're in the lab doing an experiment, that is the amount that you get from your experiment. Your theoretical yield, that's going to be your stoichiometry calculation. In general, your actual yield is always going to be less than your theoretical yield. So you're going to divide the two, multiply by 100, and then you will get your percent yield. Alright, so we're going to do an example from our copper silver nitrate lab. If only 1.5 grams of silver is produced, what was the percent yield of silver produced from 0.5 grams of copper? We have to put in our balanced equation here to calculate our theoretical yield. So we're going to use the balanced equation that we had for that lab. So we had copper plus silver nitrate, and we produced silver, and we had our copper, was it 2 nitrate? Alright, again, balance the equation to here to here. Alright, so the first step you want to do is you want to figure out your theoretical yield. You're going to have to set up your stoich calculation. So we are going to start with our 0.5 grams of copper. Alright, so if we have grams of copper up here, you want the same thing on the bottom. And you're going to be putting out your molar mass of copper, which is going to be 63.55 grams. And that's going to be equal to 1 mole of copper. And then this next one, we want to do our mole ratio. So we're going to have moles of copper on the bottom to moles of silver. And this is where we need to take a look at our balanced equation. We have 2 moles of silver for 1 mole of copper. We still have to go one more step because we want to figure out grams of silver. So if we have moles of silver here, you're going to want moles of silver on the bottom. And then we can put our grams of silver right up here. It's going to be 107.87 grams of silver and 1 mole of silver on the bottom. Alright, so when you calculate this out, you will be getting 1.7 grams. Now, that 1.7 grams, again, that is going to be your theoretical yield. So when you want to calculate your percent yield, when you look at the problem, it says if only 1.5 grams of silver is produced. So that was what was produced in the lab. That's going to be your actual. So when you're going to be plugging this information into your equation, it's going to look like this. Your actual, which is 1.5 grams, divided by your theoretical, which we just calculated, 1.7 times 100, and you will be getting a percent yield of 88.24%.